Hi, my name is Ian, and this is going to be my second review of a Hind Ocarina. This is my second Hind Ocarina. This is a Alto C, a 2 in the key of C, Zelda edition, 12 hole, 2 holes on the back, 10 on top. Of course, it is a Zelda edition. You do see the triforce there. Now that triforce isn't painted. It is inlaid of different types of wood. In the circle and the triangle between the triforce is bloodwood, and the triforce itself is made out of yellowheart. Now you see how that inside triangle, depending on how you change it, and that's one of the coolest things. It is the same type of wood, but I don't know what it is about it. The way you bounce the light off it, sometimes it looks like the Cocobolo, sometimes it's red all on its own, very much so. Honestly, really nice actually. Kind of tripped over that. It was really quite cool. Because you can't see that on the pictures on the website, but to get it and see that, it's just really phenomenal. I'm just going to play a scale for you. Obviously, the tone is just incredible. I don't know that the microphone does justice to this, and I hope it does, but I had the privilege of speaking to Charlie Hind last night, and he told me that my tenor F, which I've reviewed already, and the video is on YouTube, that over time the tone would get better. This one he didn't think it could get much better, and I tend to agree with him. As far as a handmade woodwind can go, some instruments just play themselves. This is one of those. It's just phenomenal. The pressure required, the breath required to blow through the entire range is identical. There are no exceptions with this, and the high notes do play just as good as the low notes. In fact, I usually cringe when I have to go up into the high notes for an extended period. This is actually a lot of fun. I'm a bigger fan of the lower ranges, but this one kind of makes up for that and makes me want to go quite high. The other thing is, I had mentioned the attention to detail with the tenor. This one, again, it's two halves, but if you look at the way the grain lines up, I mean, you can tell that he was obvious. I mean, especially there, he was very aware of the fact that he wanted the grain to line up, and he did just a phenomenal job doing that. The other side of it is, if you look at the grain, it follows the contour of the ocarina, and that was one of the first things I noticed taking it out of the box, and I just thought that was the coolest thing. Now I'm going to play a couple of songs for you, and well, I think they'll be fitting. Zelda's Lullaby. I mean, that was actually the first song I played on this, and I still think it's the right song to play, especially if you're going to show it for the first time. Also, I'm going to play another one. Now, I just learned this, and I've been learning by ear, so I expect there'll probably be some mistakes in it, but I think it's good enough that you'll recognize it. Sorry song, certainly one of my favorites from the Ocarina of Time. The other thing I would mention, this is something I picked up separately with it. Charlie Hind will make one of these for you. That is the Triforce inlay stand. Now, it's the same woods as the Ocarina inlay, and that just kind of sits down on there like that. And I mean, that just really completes the ensemble. I mean, that, to me, that's one of the little details that just makes this such a superior instrument. I mean, in terms of presentation, it doesn't get much better than that. And that was all the freak. The other thing is, it is the 10-year anniversary of The Legend of Zelda: The Ocarina of Time, and I can't think of a better way, other than maybe a Spencer, which I don't have, of celebrating that. This is certainly just too cool. The other thing I would mention, these are for Ocarina terms, these are quite expensive. For a handmade quality instrument of the caliber of sound it has, it's actually quite cheap, I think. But in terms of ocarinas, it is expensive, but it is so worth it. I mean, I have an STL Purple Clay tenor. A lot of people swear by that one. I have a Mapparam Alto C. A lot of people swear by that one as well. And they are both good ocarinas in their own right. But this one is just in a different league. I mean, just in the way that you blow it, the way that it comes out, the way that the articulation of the notes can be done. It is just spectacular, and I hope that the songs that I played were able to demonstrate that. So, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Otherwise, go to hindocarina.com and speak to Charlie, and hopefully you can get your hands on one of these.